All our good friends at the Sharon Playhouse continue the impossible summer of 2020. They've just done an amazing, amazing job of bringing entertainment to our area. And it's not like they're doing this to make money. They really aren't. Everything that they do either breaks even or is a fundraiser in some way. And it's really made a big difference in the life of people that can go to these shows. They've had the drive-in shows, and now they're going into something a little different, which is their patio dinner shows at the Sharon Playhouse. They are getting all set to kick off once again with that.
To bear with unbearable sorrow, to run where the brave do not go.
Now you are listening to The Impossible Dream, and singing that song, which is one of my favorite songs, I'll get into it why, is Nicholas Ward. And Nicholas Ward is going to be the first of these patio dinner shows coming up on Saturday, September 19th. 6:30, the doors open. The show is at 8 p.m. So let's welcome in Nicholas this morning. Nicholas, thanks for joining us this morning.
Of course. Good morning, good morning, good morning. How's it going?
You know, it's going great. And when I was a kid, my dad took me to Broadway to see Man of La Mancha. I remember after I saw Man of La Mancha, all my teachers, because I was very young, said, "You went to see Man of La Mancha?" I said, "Yeah." Did you enjoy it? I said, "Yeah." It's just one of those plays that will stick with me for the rest of my life, and that song's one of my favorite songs that I've carried through my radio career, whether it's been in sales or on air. But Nicholas, let's talk a little bit about this on Saturday, September 19th, once again, at the Sharon Playhouse. More information on these shows, by the way, sharonplayhouse.org, is going to be a patio dinner show, and tickets and prices can be done many different ways. You can go to sharonplayhouse.org for that. Well, let's talk a little bit about you for just a few minutes, Nicholas. You've been at the Sharon Playhouse before, right?
Yes, sir. I was there 4 years ago doing Big River, the musical Big River. And I had really the time of my life performing there because it's such a small venue and you really get to be close to the audience so you can feel them. And Big River is such a beautiful story. And so the fact that I could really see the audience and we spent a lot of time on the stage looking out on the river and just seeing people's faces smiling and just people getting emotional. It's just really a moving experience theatrically for me.
I just let you know, I went to see Big River on Broadway as well, because if you're a Huck Finn fan, you want to go see Big River. I mean, and if you don't, then you never really were a fan. And by the way, that was also a great show because you got to focus in. Now, sometimes Broadway spectaculars can be so spectacular, it's hard to focus in. But Big River was one of those shows that you could just focus right in and really, really connect with the characters right away. But aside from you being at the Sharon Playhouse, you've also been in Frozen, Broadway in Transit, and most recently you were in The Lion King, right?
Yes. Actually, the week everything closed down, I was on for Mufasa that week, and I had people flying in, of course, I had people flying in to see me in that Friday night, and we shut down. So, it was a bit sad, but, Lion King, I'm proud to be a part of that show. That Disney is full focused on getting that back one day, when things get back to what the new normal will be. But it's a production that I'm really proud of, and I've worked for Disney. In my show, there's quite a bit of Disney, actually. I've worked for Disney for over 20 years now. I worked in the parks, and excuse the
yeah, it's okay.
Please, sorry, it's New York at its finest. But I worked for Disney for over 20 years. From the theme parks, I worked in Orlando. I opened Hong Kong Disneyland during The Lion King. I worked in Paris Disney during The Lion King, and then was King Agnar, Elsa and Anna's father in Frozen, in the opening cast of Frozen, and now in The Lion King. So I say it's in my DNA now, the mouse.
We're speaking with Nicholas Ward, once again opening up a series of patio dinner shows at the Sharon Playhouse, September 19th at 6:30. Opens up. The show will be at 8 o'clock. So now let's talk a little bit about you and the pandemic. As an actor, as somebody who makes his living by performing and really gets the connection with the audience, this must be just an excruciating time for you.
Yeah, that's an understatement. It's interesting, you get to a place in your life where it's like the one thing Oprah always says, the one thing I know for sure. The one thing I know for sure is how to perform and how to entertain people. And for that to be stripped away and almost feel like you're locked in your house without connection. And so many of us in New York, we have apartments and we live in our apartments, but we don't. We really live socially, going to work and doing shows and meeting friends for drinks and going to support other friends and things and just doing things in the city. And when you stripped all of that away, it's been really, really hard for so many of us. I think, a lot of my friends have moved out of the city, have given up their apartments and either gone to live home or create new creative jobs, whether it's in the arts or not, because we just can't sit around waiting like we are. And it's been a really trying time. And so this moment, before the pandemic happened, I was supposed to do my solo show in my hometown of Niceville, Florida, back in March, and we had to cancel everything. So, I'm really, really excited and kind of scared that I'm going to be just a bawling mess the entire concert because I'm just going to be so excited to see people again. And I'm just so proud and excited to come back to Sharon. Sharon's like a home to me now. And Robert and Alan are creating this new space that we can bring entertainment to Sharon. And I'm just thrilled. I'm thrilled and, like I said, emotional all at the same time. I picked my set list, and I strategic had to make sure that I didn't do anything too, somber, because I don't want to, get in that place of just so, emotional, because it's really a crazy time right now that we're all going through.
Oh, yeah. Well, Nick Ward is who we're talking to. And once again, on Saturday, the 19th, the first of the patio dinner shows at the Sharon Playhouse. Now, what can people expect to see? Is it you? Do you have a music director coming in? Do you have someone playing piano? I mean, what's the setup going to look like? And roughly how long do you think the sets will be?
Yeah, I'm blessed. I met my MD, my musical director, Rick Hip-Flores. He was our musical director in Transit, and he is the MD right now in Ain't Too Proud. And it's just me and him. He's playing piano, and I'm singing my favorite songs and telling some great stories and telling a little bit about me and where I came from and how I got my start and, these different songs, how they've kind of paved the way for my career. And it's about an hour long, and, just come, get ready to honk your horn if you're having a good time. And, I'm just really, this is my debut. So I'm just wanting to, take people outside of everything that's going on right now in the country and the world and just laugh a bit. And the show is called Uplift. So I hope when you leave, when you drive away, you're uplifted a little bit more than when you got there.
Well, I think that's one of the great things about what the Playhouse has done is for the people that have come to the different unique ways that the Playhouse has put on shows. One thing, when you don't really miss something, really miss it until it is gone. And I know that people miss not having some sort of entertainment to go to, and good entertainment. Now, the show, you say, is about an hour long, and you're putting the sets. When you've been putting the sets together, do you pick okay, I'm going to take these 15, 16 songs, and then I'm going to pick from that? Or do they come one at a time when you're planning to put this set together? And do you figure in how they pace one song to another? And do you want to build to something at the end of the show, or do you want it to? what are the decisions that goes into putting this set together?
It literally changes from day to day, and it changes with my mood. It changes with the weather. I've been going to the beach a lot this summer because that's mostly the one thing that we can do, socially distance and lay out at the beach. And I've gone to the beach and just sang through songs. And, the set list has evolved so much because the story that I want to tell has evolved. And, and then me trying to get out of my way because I haven't performed for a while. That it's like the little bit of nerves in me of do I want to sing this song? I haven't been singing 8 shows a week, so endurance wise, there's just so many factors. And at the end of the day, the set list that I made my Rick, my MD. We sat down Saturday and we sang through the show a couple times, and I was like, I can't change anything anymore. This is the set list that we are doing. Because he was like, I would send him at 1:00 in the morning a new set list with a new medley, and I was like, I've lost myself in the creative process because I haven't been able to create for so long. So I've just been so excited to create. But then you almost have to just like say, okay, this is this moment, and right now this is what we're doing, and it's really just going to be a fun journey of my career, and. I just want to be honest in saying, my experiences, and I've worked cruise ships and theme parks and all kinds of different venues all around the world, and I have some fun little stories to go along with some songs, and also some of the songs, how they, kind of made me realize this is what I want to do, and, bumps and bruises along the way, but it's been a journey, and I'm excited to share it.
Once again, the unique summer continues at the Sharon Playhouse with Nicholas Ward, a piano dinner show on Saturday, September 19th. Once again, the gates open at 6:30. The show's at 8. All these shows that they've been doing have been sellouts, folks. So I would contact Sharon Playhouse either by calling at 860-364-SHOW, 860-364-7469, or, of course, by going to sharonplayhouse.org, sharonplayhouse.org. Then you can click on the show and get ticket and more information on that. And Nicholas, congratulations for doing this. I know the people up here are going to appreciate it. And I think it'll be nice for you to get your stage legs back. It's going to be a little strange probably in the beginning, but I think you'll warm up to it right away because I think this is the perfect way to get back into it. It's getting back on the horse, maybe with a little smaller horse.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm excited because Sharon has always been kind to me. I'll never forget finishing Big River, and when I worked there, I stayed in a house there, and I would walk out to my car, and there would be people in the parking lot that, sometimes people had tears in their eyes saying how beautiful the show was, Big River was, and just always been so warm and welcome. And I'm just excited, like you said, that this is the first place that I get to stand, and sing some songs and really just share this moment, this time in all of our lives together. I think it's a monumental moment that, this is like one of the first venues that I'll get to perform at. So I'm really, really excited.
Well, once again, Saturday, September 19th. Tickets and more information, sharonplayhouse.org. And give them hell that night, Nicholas, okay?
I surely will.